The control sign function allows us to drop this onto a container and control subcontainers underneath it, kind of like a switch on and off. So to set this up, we're going to drag a main group into here, and we can just call this main for now. And what I want to do is also put another group in here, and this is going to be our control sign group. So let's just call this a sign for now. Now I'm going to go back into my primitives tab, and I'm just going to drag 3 objects down underneath my sign here. So we'll just use the sphere, we'll copy it, and we'll also throw different colors on it too. So let's drag a red material on it. We'll also drag a red down here, and we'll just change the color of each one of these spheres. So I'll make this one about blue. We'll do red, yellow, and blue. And I'm going to separate these out a little bit. So we'll move the red one over here, and we'll move the blue one over here. Now we're going to go back into the built-ins, into our control folder, and we're going to drag this control sign onto my sign group. And when I do that, it automatically adds that object onto the topmost group. When I click on the control sign to go into the editor, first thing that we have is the field identifier. Since it is our first control object within the scene, I'm going to leave the field identifier at 1. We can also give it a description here, a sign. I'm going to leave that as is. And the input value here, we're going to leave as the default 1. So I'm going to save this scene, and we'll call it control sign. Click OK to save it. And we're going to go into Trio to test it out. So once we're in Trio, I'm going to come to the import scenes here. I'm going to navigate to where my scene is, and we're going to find this control sign and drag this into Trio here to import it. I'm going to double click on my control sign function and go into the editor. So down here within the tab fields, you see that we have the value set to 1. Now as I come up into the editor window and change this value, it's set to 1, which is showing the middle or the yellow sphere at the moment. If we go down to 0, it's going to show the blue one. And if we go to -1, it's going to show the red one. So it's a way to create a switch for your subcontainers in a scene. And as the operator comes in and changes these numbers, it's going to change each one of these objects that it shows. So if we want the yellow one, we can type in, if we want the blue one, we can type in 0, or if we want the red one, we can type in -1, and that will show it up. We can also just use this little mouse button to scrub it by left clicking and changing the variable that way too.